crafting layer. Make sure we're streaming. Have a gorgeous sign today. So there we go. Oh, goodness, goodness gracious. There we go. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be making this gorgeous country wreath. Oops, has a little string or something on it. And this is what it looks like. Welcome to our front porch. Christmas is sort of finishing up, so we're going to be doing quite a few different things over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So today it's this, and we're going to be using a buffalo plaid mesh. So I'm going to set the sign over to the side. And this is the mesh we're going to be using. The black and white checked mesh, guys. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. So we're going to be using the black and white check mesh, and the mesh came from Craft Outlet, and I cut it to 30 inches, and we're going to be doing a ruffle. We're going to be working on a 14-inch elevated wreath frame, and I put my own pipe cleaners on it, and I bought the frame at Craft Outlet. So when I put the pipe cleaners on my wreath, let me show you what I do to make them stay in place. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 rings in it, in between the brackets, just like it would be if you had a Dollar Tree wreath frame, okay? I fold my pipe cleaner in half. Let's just act like I'm doing it. I fold it in half. I go through the first one and the second one. I pull it snug, I pull it real snug, and I take it and I twist while I'm holding it, and I twist my frame. Okay? This keeps this to stand in place. This is a little bit stronger than a Dollar Tree frame. So on a Dollar Tree frame, you just need to give it a little bit of tension, and then it will it'll tighten up all for you. But don't make it to where you bend your rings in. Okay. So that was just a little tip there. So I'm going to go ahead and Craft Outlets is a depending. You know, with everything that's going on right now, I shop around, but I do get a lot of my stuff from Craft Outlet because of the free shipping over a certain amount. So I folded this under, and I'm going to take my thumbs, and this is a pretty easy one to ruffle. I just folded it under. I didn't roll it, I just folded it. I'm going to place my thumbs at the edge of it. I'm going to spread my fingers out. My thumbs is going to act like a dam and prevent it from going by. So when I pull my fingers, I push with my thumbs. I push and pull. Okay, I'm pushing with my thumbs and keeping it all. If it gets a little bit wonky down there, and I keep pushing, and I still want to leave some to turn under. And that is what you're going to get. Okay? And I'm going to come to just pick a tie on the outer part. You can start on the inside if that's your preference. I like to start on the outside on mine. I'm going to twist it, and then I just spread it out like a little flower. And we're going to continue to do this all the way around. So we're just pushing with the thumbs, pulling back with the fingers. To practice until you get really good at it, put something heavy on your mesh. This is a really thick, this is considered a fabric mesh, but to me, it has more polypropylene, which is plastic, than it does fabric. It doesn't feel like the normal fabric mesh. It feels more like a a faux jute. It feels like a faux jute. Okay, we're going to fold it under. Let's say you're new to it, put you something heavy, and then that way it keeps your mesh from wiggling all over the place, and you just keep knocking it with your fingers till it comes off the other end. And I left that folded under down here so I could take it and put it in a tie. Thank you. This would be an excellent mesh for a 10-inch poof. To do a poof with a 10-inch wide mesh because of the coverage that it would have. Okay? Just boogieing along. I was not what you consider fast when I first started. But you've got to understand I've been doing this for quite a while. Yes, full. It's going to be very full. So how is everybody out there tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me know where you're from and how's your weather. We've had a little cold front move down here in West Texas, and we've had our fireplace going. It's a little prettier today. I put on a long sleeve shirt, but I still had shorts on. Good. Okay, just ruffle it on around and keep moving around all the way around. I find if I open my ties up before I start on the outside, it allows me not to have mesh in my hand and be fumbling to open that tie too. Straighten that little puppy out. Following it around, there we go. So I didn't want to, helps it stay under, keeps it turned under. Wisconsin, 4 below yesterday? No joke, though. You can keep all that you want, don't be sending none to me. Like I said, I cut these pieces to 30 inches. I'll be adding some more into my description. Fold it under. If you do see any of the fraying, with this method, you'll see it more on when you turn it over. And I just clean up when I go to make sure everything's completed on it. Rochelle? Hi. I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad. I apologize if I did. And how are you this evening? I hope you're well. We're making a farmhouse themed wreath. Welcome to our front porch. I do things a little bit unconventional when I do my colors. I thought black and white would play pretty nice with it. And we're doing a 30-inch ruffle. I pull this one over when I go to put a new one in. Just helps make sure it's butted up against the other one. Hi, Emma. The volume is low or too high? Let me know so I can speak up more. Is it too low? Okay. Okay, this is the one where I pull this one with my hand here, the other one with the other hand, and put it down inside there. I hope you can see okay from the overhead. I try to get you the best view I can. Okay. Good. There we go. So that's what the outside looks like. You can see it's very full and thick. I'm going to go to the inside and I'm going to open these ties so I'll be ready for the mesh when I ruffle it up. If y'all have any questions, just jump on there, let me know. My name is Carol. I live in Del Rio, Texas. I'm rather new to YouTube. I've been putting videos over here for quite a while and a few DIY tutorials. And thank you. Thank you. And I do all kinds of things. Wreaths are my specialty. I do a lot of, try to use Dollar Tree products when I can. We not all can create. We have to use a budget. I'm on a budget, and I dearly understand that. I've got one request, and we're going to be doing a square wreath form. Yeah, the Unique and the Creek boards from Chicago. I bet you it's cold up there too. Okay. Turn that under some. That is looking so pretty. Okay. I'm doing lives over here on YouTube every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, which is Central Standard Time. Okay. All I'm doing when I do the inside is that I'm pulling this up just like I did on the outer. I'm laying it in there, tying my pot cleaners or Chanel stem, whatever y'all prefer to call it. I still take this, push it around, but then I come here and I pull that inner one to make sure that I can get that ruffle. It's not smashed, that outside one. Oh, good. It was sad about all the New York stuff that went on, I tell you. Turn it under. Pull the other one. I'm loving these 14-inch elevated wreath frames from Craft Outlet. I only pay like $1.60 or something for them. But things are going up. Sad. So I haven't bought any in a while, so I think that's the last I paid for them was like $1.60. They also carry, when you can get them, the 15-inch elevated ones without the ties. These come without the ties. I put them on there. I sort of like to do that because I don't always put 18 ties on my wreath. I like to do 12 ties, 14 ties. I like to do a lot of wreaths with only one roll of mesh. And to show you how good you can make it look, depending on the mesh you use and the technique. There we go. It's a very thick mesh. Like I said, to me, this is not like it says fabric mesh on the paper that it came in, the wrapper, but it feels, and it does have some fabric in it, but it feels more like the plastic, the polypropylene, but really thick, heavy. It doesn't seem to fray a lot, which is... The only things I'm seeing come out of it is not the plastic, it's the fabric of it that's going through it. Yeah, get you a few and try them. Pull that over so it'll be even. Pulling those back, making sure, rolling it around. Okay, the last piece. So what I like to do on the last piece is I go ahead and sort of spread these out a little bit. It just gives me a little bit more room to get this very last one in there, because that's a little tight squeeze because we've got mesh on 3 sides of it. Okay, same way, push that one, pull that one. Mom's little helper, oh, that's awesome. Okay, just pulling these apart, making sure. Oh, that is gorgeous, guys. And this is a very stiff mesh. And what I say and bring attention to that is a stiffer mesh can hold a little bit heavier sign. Okay? So let's look at our sign, because I'm going to put it sort of down here closer to the bottom. Isn't that cute? And it's got raised writing on it. I believe I got this sign at Hobby Lobby. Full and fluffy, yes ma'am. Okay, so now I'm going to show y'all the ribbons. So my ribbon choices is I want to go with a little bit of gray to bring in the lettering on this sign is pretty gray, and this is more of a creamy beige in a way. But I'm going to bring in just a hint of red with this gingham. And I'm going to bring in some panty ribbon. I call it panty ribbon because of the lace. Okay, and I'm going to pair those together. And I want to tell you guys, this ribbon right here, I got at Walmart during this Christmas season. At Walmart. I'm also going to be doing a darker gray with a black and white check, or it's a diagonal check around it. This is also a Walmart ribbon. And these are excellent ribbons. And I'm going to bring in the white again with the black and white gingham. Okay? And that's how I'm going to pair these ribbons. And then when we go to make the bow, I will be bringing in some more different ribbons. I made a wreath the other night that I will be uploading to YouTube, and I used nothing but 1.5 inch ribbons. And it turned out darling. So I folded them in half, put it in the center, and I just pull it towards me. Go into a tie. I like to put my finger right there as I go ahead and start twisting it. Whatever your preference is, you can cut these off. I've heard the comment, you paid for them, keep them. You can leave them and take a crafting stick or a dowel and curl them. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've got one right there. And that's just preference. Sometimes I leave mine. Yes, it's going to pop. It would have been a little bit bland if I hadn't have put in a little pop of the red. I always like to use some kind of other color. So I'm just coming in here. Whoops, let go of that one. Twist it. And then what you could do is you could take each individual one and wrap it and let go, and it looks like a little curly cue. I'll show you that so you can see right there. And that's just preference. And then pull your ribbons out. And I tug on my ribbons pretty hard so I can get them to stay where I want them. I love this stuff with the lace on the edges of it that they call the panty ribbon. I am in love with it. It just gives it a little feminine touch, an old-fashioned touch to your wreaths. And when I cut them off, I just take this piece and I go and bend it right back down into it. And that helps also lift these ribbons up. No problem. Folding it in half. The ribbons are cut at 12 inches. I forgot to tell you guys that. I cut these ribbons only at 12 inches, and it's the perfect right size. so you can still see the mesh. There we go. Just moving on around it. Just alternating them, guys. That's all I'm doing. If I get this out to where you can't see it, guys, let me know. Hi, Lynette. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's going to be adorable. Farmhouse is my jam. It's one of my favorite styles. I like over the top too. So where are you from, Lynette? Oh, thank you. That was so thoughtful. Thank you very much. This is what I would consider an everyday wreath. This could be left up all year long. Some people don't like to put up Christmas wreaths. Could be a summer wreath. I mean, it can be left up all year long. Central Georgia. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming by. I've got a couple of more Christmas ones I'm going to be uploading over here to YouTube. And then I've got just some winter, only winter. Could you imagine this gray with that red and maybe some solid red mesh for Valentine's with a cute Valentine sign, which would be gorgeous. Maybe incorporate a little pink with it, light pink. Ah, thanks. Get that one pulled. And push that mesh back up in there. Okay. Got a couple of more to go here on the outside. And then we're going to move to the inside, guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll have it up by this next week. The winter one that I've got. I'm going to be doing probably one more. Okay. Last set of ribbons here. Pull them apart. I don't mind if mine encroach onto the other side. I think it looks cute that way. There we go. So this is what it looks like with all of these little ribbons in together on the bottom. So let's move to the top. Let's sort of open these up a little bit, find them and open them back up. And I'm just pulling this down some because I have a tendency to push it up when I'm in that close proximity working. And all I'm doing is folding these in half, guys. 12 inches is what I cut them to. Okay. Let's pull them like so. And I really tug on them, guys. A large Rudolph head with Dollar Tree candy canes. Huh. I bet you I could find out. I've never made one, no ma'am. But I bet you I could find out. And I've got some candy canes here. I've got the smaller ones they come out with this year. And I've also got the larger ones that they've always had. I have to research that for you, Lynette. Just sort of bending these over. That just sort of helps them stay up in the middle. Now on the top ones, when I fold them, I pick up the ribbons and I twist it around to the back of them. I don't poke it down in because if I do, it pulls my mesh down into the center. So I run it behind it. Oh, okay. Out of the small ones. Okay, we'll see what I can do. Keep watching my community page, and I will post in there if I'm able to do it. I should be posting in there more often. All you have to do is on my channel, go into the community section of it. Well, hello, Miss Ashley. How are you tonight? Yeah, I know, right? I always put it, it's a really neat to do, is to put like any kind of container. That's just a Dollar Tree container and it's been up. I've dropped it and everything else. Here we go. So right now I'm going to stop here. The simple reason is because we're going to be putting our sign in, right? Let's see. I don't have to stop there. We're just going to do them different. Because if I cross them, we're going to lose part of our ribbon. And I don't want to lose part of it. Oh, that's not good, girl. I bet that's smarted. The community page, if you're on my page, at the top of it, it'll say like my videos, my playlist, community, about me, just when you're on my my home page. Oh, thank you. So I'm going to pull these to the outside, guys. To the outside. Whoops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank everyone for stopping by. It means a lot to me. For people to have a passion like I do with crafting, making wreaths. Pulling it out towards me. Come on there. I talk to myself. You're welcome. Two more pieces of ribbon. Oh, you're so welcome, Stacy. It's my pleasure. Okay, last ribbon set going in. And I think it's looking stinking adorable. Ah, you'll catch on. Takes a lot of practice. Okay, get this one tied in. Pop that back up. Come on over here, darling. There you go. So that's what we've got with all of our ribbons, and see how thick that is? Isn't that adorable? That pop of red, I think, is just going to make it shine, guys. Oh yeah, that would be nice, huh? Okay. So what I did here is, and I should have waited, and I was running a little late for the live. My dog had a vet appointment. So what I did is I took, they're real small. I buy the smallest ones I can find, and these are cable mounts. I put DAP super glue underneath them. I stuck them on there, and then I went around them with Gorilla Glue. Now, the plastic glue, Gorilla Glue, is not going to continue to hold, but it kept it in place while it dried. Because anytime you put hot glue on metal or anything, it's just going to peel right off, guys. So if you've got a metal sign, remember not to use hot glue with it. Okay, I'm going to come in. Try to get them even. In between that one. Let's see if we can't go right. No, I'm going to have to go up. One more. Let's pull that down right there. And that way we can keep our ribbons out to the side and have those pretty ones right there. Okay. So what I'm going to use to tie my sign down in is what I call a weaving needle. This is used to tie yarn together, or if you knit, to tie knitting together. So what it does is it makes it really easy to go down through your frame. Okay, so I've got both halves of the pipe cleaner, and I've got this pretty centered, and I'm just going to find my spot, go right down in it, and I got my hand underneath it to feel it for it. Okay, well, I got one of them. The other one come off, which is no big deal. I'm going to put it right on there. Had it turned wrong. Probably need to get a shorter needle out. Okay. Okay, I'm actually, in just a second, I'm going to show you how I tie them in the back. Let me get this first one on first, and I'll give you a look-see. Okay. Yep, right up under that one. Let's get us a shorter needle. Make our life easier. Here we go. And pull it down through there. Really thick mesh. There we go. Okay, it's about even. I'm going to flip it over. Okay, so what I've done is I pulled them both at the same time. But now what I want to do is I want to go up here to one of these rings and make sure it's going to go around it. And I pull it just a little bit tighter, not super, super tight. This one needed to be tightened down a little. So I'm going to pull it a little tighter. Okay, flip it back over. Push it up. I'm going to move my mesh around. Keep my ribbon to the outside. both of them. This one too. Okay. Then we're going to do these two sides. And I just take this down and I go through the mesh and everything, guys. Yeah, they're just called cable mounts. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, any places like that, Stacy. There. It was being a nuisance. Same way on this side. Help it down. Okay. I want to show y'all something. See up here? I tightened that too tight down in there and it's pushing that mesh. So I'm not going to put these two as tight. And I'm going to ease up on the other one some because I just want it setting on top of the mesh. I don't want it squishing it as much. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Let's loosen this one up a little bit. There we go. It said thank you. It's sort of like opening your belt after Thanksgiving dinner. It was just way too tight. There we go. A lot better. Okay. Turn it back over. If I need to, I pull. But now it's not sinking down in that like it was. I'm going to pull these ribbons. I don't mind the ribbons to be over the sign a little bit, but I don't want them to cover up the writing. Okay. Like that right there. So now we're going to make a bow. I use an easy bow, deluxe easy bow. Okay. This one I'm going to put above it. So look what I found. This is 3.5 inch. 3.5 inch ribbon in the black and white check. Got it at Walmart. I'm going to come out here to the 8. The 8, and I'm going to, this is really stiff ribbon. So that's why I want you to pinch it, twist it. Because what I'm doing is I'm twisting it so it's on the wrong side here. Okay. I'm going to put this down in there, and I'm going to come out here to the 7. Okay, and I'm going to squish it together in my hands, and I'm going to twist it and just straighten it out right here around the peg. Same way with this one. A 7, but now I'm just going to go all the way down inside it and poke it down in and pull this tail right out here into the front of me and cut it off at about a 7. Okay. This time I'm going to leave these loops going opposite each other and one tail going up and one tail going down. I'm not going to make the normal X even though that's an X. Okay. I'm going to bring in the gray. panty ribbon. Yeah, 8 inches. I'm going to put it in there and I'm just going to twist it. This is the wrong side now. I'm going to bring this one down towards me because I went up with that one. So I'm going to come over here. Make sure you get enough ribbon out, and I'm going to do a 6 inch. I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to come down. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do a 6 inch, push it all the way down in there, and then I'm going to go up with this one. I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in a little bit of the gray gingham. After I use this, I want to go ahead and use another 2.5 inch ribbon. So this one will be 8 inches. Smash it together. Got ahead of myself, is what I did. And I'm going to keep this one at a 6. Pull it up next to my tail. This one's going to be at a 6. Smash it down in there. But it's going to come down like so. And then I'm going to bring the tail down. I have a bow tutorial group on Facebook. It's a free tutorial called Desert Wreath Creations Bow Tutorials. If you would like to, jump on over there and sign up. Just going to cut the end off of that one. Okay, so now I'm going to be about a 7, and we're basically going to repeat the process. This one goes down, but we're going to do it at a 5 inch. This one goes down. Five inch. This one's going to go up. And this is going to go up. This is just a repeat and repeat pattern that makes the cute as the Dickens bow. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw some red in. About a 7. This one's going to go up. We're going to keep this one at a 5 inch also. Going to twist it, put that one up. Bring us one to come down with. And then this one will come down. And if you'll notice, I always keep a finger or my thumb right next to the peg. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in a solid gray just to break up at about a 7 inch. And this one's going to go up. This one's going to be at a 4 inch. And this one's going to go up. Just repeating, guys. Just repeating. Goes down. And goes down. Now we're going to bring in the black and white on top of it. I thought, why not finish it off this way? About a 7. This is a monstrosity of a bow. I'm going to measure off of that loop because I'm keeping it at the 4. Okay. And pulled that one too much. And this is going to go up like so. And we're going to cut it. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you. No, the panty ribbon I got at Craft Outlet. Either Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop. The big black and white, the gray with the black and white, and the red and white came from Walmart. Okay. I'm going to take 2 pipe cleaners and I'm just going to twist them together. Like so. I always give it a little tug test, and I go ahead and I bend it in half. I turn my bow maker, and then I take my pointer finger and my middle finger, and what I'm going to do first is just ease this ribbon up. Now I'm going to put these 2 dowels in between my fingers, okay? And I'm going to push this down so I can get my thumb right there. And you can see my fingers right here on this straddling that dowel. And I'm just going to gently lift it off. And there's 2 holes right there where it was in between those dowels. And now that showed up right in between my fingers. So I'm going to pull it and close my fingers some. And now I can put my thumb right there in the center. And what I'm going to do is I'm pulling these pipe cleaners here, and I'm pushing with my thumb. I'm going to take it, start a twist, and now I'm twisting the bow. I'm not twisting the pipe cleaner. But be very careful when you're twisting that bow. If you twist it one too many times, you're going to break your pipe cleaner. Now I'm just taking these ribbons, tails, and I'm just sort of pulling them to one side. Works better if you start with the how you put them in. Let's get that one. And all I'm holding on to right now is the pipe cleaner. Okay, gonna rotate it around, and then I'm just going to get these. Where's the panty ribbon at? And the other one. That one just doesn't want to behave, does it? There we go. Our loops are already positioned, but you stick your fingers in them and just fluff them out a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Sticking my fingers in them and fluffing them out a little bit. There's that one. And you snuck over there where you're not supposed to be. Well, it doesn't really matter. It wants to be there, then we're going to let it. Okay. So there is our big fluffy bow. And I'm sorry I had this, and I don't think you could see, but all I did was stick my fingers in them. So now let's bring over our wreath. Okay. And I think I want it to go right at the top. Gosh, that's going to be pretty. and then we'll trim our ribbons, okay? So for this one, I'm going to stick both of these in it. I'm going to bend it. This is the center, right in between these two ties. If you put them where the ties are, it causes your bow to sink way down into your mesh. Hi there, Carolyn. Okay. And always make sure you tie your bow off on a the frame. So I want this. I want my two big ones right there to get like that. Okay. I'm going to pull and I'm going to rock this bow. I like to rock my bow. Check it while I'm holding on to it to make sure that I didn't put my loops back and around there. Okay. There we go. And I'm just twisting that pipe cleaner around, okay? These are some tails that was already there. Little sucker's determined it wants to go up the top. Okay, so now I'm going to take my scissors, and I like to start with my ribbons underneath first. So I'm going to start with this big 3-inch one, 3.5-inch one. And I don't want them hanging way over my wreath, but I want them to have a purpose. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to cut it a little shorter. That way when you're looking down or straight at it, you can see the ribbons underneath it. Okay? I say MK a lot, guys, so you'll have to forgive me. It's a habit that I need to break. And see how I'm just cutting them shorter and shorter? And it makes these stand up and be part of your design. Okay, so now let's do the same right here. It's got a pin. I'm going to fold this in half like that. This one's going to be like that. Where's that panty? No, there it is. I was like, no, that ain't it. There it is. I was like, oh, there's another one under there. Okay. A little shorter. A little shorter. Whoops, there's our little black one. Let's make that one short too. And we'll just pull these over to the side a little bit. And I'll fluff it really good. But right there is our wreath, guys. So that's what we got. I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching this tutorial. And I'm live here every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. and I hope you enjoyed yourself. So I'm going to say good night for now. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Lynette. Thank you. Y'all guys are most gracious. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.